offense. We are underway in Foxborough. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. He'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Tua. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the 1st.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Tua. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Tua finding Gesicki there for a Dolphin 1st. So Tua making the completion there. You know, what's different about playing a left-handed quarterback like him? And specifically, I guess, what does this defense need to try and take away?
I'll take the first part that you asked about being left-handed. We've got to find out if he can move to his right and still continue to be accurate. So I want to push him in that direction and see if he can get his body squared around and make those throws that he's used to making. The next part is he's a dart thrower. Loves those short to intermediate routes first. Sit on those and make him throw the deep ball. Not that he's not capable, but you want him to prove it to you first.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
On 2nd and 12, Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Emmanuel Ogbah that time, able to drop him for a loss.
2 plays so far, run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Hunter Henry brings it in. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as they'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game. And the AFC's Pro Bowl punter last year, Jake Bailey, on to punt for New England. Jakeem Grant back deep for Miami. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this kick will be touchdown as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
To throw again on 2nd down. Tua. That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it but couldn't pull it in.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. So on 4th down, the Dolphins' new punter for 2021, Michael Palardy, on to punt. As he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. The Broncos have taken the early lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Now a run on 1st down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Newton now to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
Coaches preach all the time about opportunities and taking advantage of them, and he did exactly that. I used to have a coach told us all the time, a lost opportunity is never regained. Well, no regrets here. He picked that one off and took it to the house.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And following the pick-6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick-6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early. to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now it's Newton. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Emmanuel Agba picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. 3rd and long. It's Newton. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. The Patriots send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. On the handoff, it's Gaskin. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. Now Tua. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. The gain of 5 that time gives them the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. They'll run now with Gaskin. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Tua Tagovailoa. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 to score as they regroup with 1st and 10. Space to maneuver at the 40, and he'll take it to the 43-yard line. 53 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Etienne. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. A give, running right, Etienne. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. Here's Etienne. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the 1st. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They snap it to Newton. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his 2nd one.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tua. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. Tua sets up to pass it. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. First down, Miami. And again, it's Tagovailoa. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. They'll bring out 4 receivers, 3 of them being sent to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 4. Caught on a slant. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
There's Fuller for a Dolphin touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Dolphins are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league, but this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
At their own 33-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And they'll take over with just 16 ticks remaining before intermission.
Watch out, watch out.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking for Harry. He airs it out deep.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And not much happening there as he'll get it back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend.
As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after their first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
From just inside the 20, a short kick.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
At their own 38-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah,
and they get to Newton and take him down for the sack.
Jalen Phillips in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man.
20.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne.
He finds an opening past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line.
78 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Go.
From the gun, here's Newton. And right side, Henry's got it. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30.
Let's go, baby.
A very solid gain of 27.
Well, look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football, but right now they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 30-yard line.
Jet sweep, here's Bateman.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
Check Mike 21, Mike 21.
Now Newton.
He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Xavier Howard. The 40. He's at the 30.
Oh, my goodness.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 28-0.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They said,
and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs. And that one certainly fell into the latter category. And that deserves a couple exclamation points.
And this is a play defensively where you're just looking around and saying, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates. They're looking at you. And let's face it, your defensive coordinator, he's not going to tip his cap to him. That's not how football works. But he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
Tucker with the extra point. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Jalen Waddle there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by the rookie Asante Samuel.
And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, check, Mike 21.
Here's Newton. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll increase their lead to 28. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a...
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
Here's Gaskin. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On play action, here's Tua. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Myles Gaskin taking it in from 7 yards away. And thanks to the interception, the Dolphins offense cashes in with 6. Sanders on for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in, and let him fling another one.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21.
Let's go, D.
Hey! Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21.
Better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better.
Newton. And this will be swung out here for counter. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And out across midfield down to the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
But maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and 10. Another tote for Etienne. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
New England on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And he's going to be about a yard or 2 short of the first here. He needed the 35, but didn't make it. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the 1st down. Close it out.
Hey, Mike 50, Mike 50, Mike 50. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Mike's 50.
Giving to the big tight end on 4th. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Newton to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Travis Etienne out of the backfield. And now it's 2nd down. Back to throw, Newton. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Check Mike 21. I know he ain't got it. Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Greg. Kill. Slip.
Handoff running left is Etienne.
And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
A 51-yard attempt.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the 4th quarter.
And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That's caught. Waddle on the left side.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Looking to pass. Tua.
And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. It could have been his second, but instead it's 4th down.
Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. That's taken on the 25. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Cam going to bring the Patriots up now, 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line.
Now Etienne to start the drive.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now Newton.
They'll get this off to ETN.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards 2:22 on the clock.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
On first down, it's Newton. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
He was looking for Rashad Bateman there,
but it'll be second down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
They'll try the left side with ETN.
Runs through the contact. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
Wow, 185 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. ETN with it.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the Dolphins' 47-yard line.
Here's Newton. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now an open man. That's the tight end, Gesicki. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Now it looks like he'll throw here.
This will be caught. It's Waddle.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The end result, 21 yards.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
Tua going to throw. Going for it all. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. First carry for James Conner, and he's across midfield and into Miami territory. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Dolphins, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for New England, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets.